Good morning, Green Spring. This morning we have Robin LeGrand in the studio with us. She's the Special Trips Coordinator, and I'm sure most of you have met Robin. If you haven't, you need to. So Robin, welcome very much to the Village in Motion this morning.
Well, thank you, Gray. It's been a while. It's been a couple of shows that I haven't been here, so it's good to be back.
Did someone fill in for you? I don't recall.
No, they didn't do the Channel 6 interview while I was out, so.
Well, it's good to have you back.
Well, thank you. It is good to be back.
And you're going to tell us about some special trips we have.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff coming up.
For November. For
November, and we're going to start on the 2nd. Well, the first is season tickets at Arena Stage. As a matter of fact, we were going to Arena Stage today to see the price. I got a phone call this morning from Arena Stage, and they canceled the show because the actors are sick. So they had like an illness, a bug going through the cast. So they had to cancel the show. So, you know, it had to be dire if they canceled. They call at the last minute to cancel the show.
Absolutely.
So they're rescheduling it. So I'll just run through the trips, and I'll point out the show the makeup show. But on the 2nd, it's a Thursday, we're going to go to the American Art Museum and the National Portrait Gallery. So you can, you know, spend as much time in either as you like. The calendar hasn't come out yet, but as soon as you get it, so you need to sign up right away for this first week of trips.
Okay, well, what's the process of signing up? So
once you get your calendar, the last page of the calendar is the registration form.
Okay.
So whatever trips you're interested in, you need to fill that form out, list all your trips, list your guest names if you're bringing any guests, and then you drop it in one of the boxes. I have a box on my door in my office at Town Center, right beside the pharmacy.
Oh, okay.
There's a box in Hunter's Crossing, and there's also a drop box over here in Village Square. So that's where you need to put the form, and then I'll get it, I'll register you, and then I'll put a confirmation on the form, or if you're on the wait list, then I'll indicate that you're on the wait list, and I'll put a copy back in your cubby.
So they don't have to go to Town Center?
No.
Okay, that's good.
No, not at all. And also, you can't sign up over the phone either. You have to fill out that registration form in order to sign up.
All right, well, let's hear what the trips are.
Okay, all right, okay. Friday the 3rd, I had some residents in Town Center in the lobby, and they told me they wanted to go to Cracker Barrel. So Friday on the 3rd is their opportunity to go to Cracker Barrel. No, we will do the one in Manassas.
Manassas. Because
there's a Buckland Farm Market just down the street, just down the road. And they have the most wonderful fruits and vegetables and jellies and jams and homemade breads and whatnot. So that's always a popular little spot. So we'll do Cracker Barrel, and then we'll run over there for a few minutes, let them do a little bit of the shopping, and then come back. But it was requested, and it is here. But again, you're going to have to sign up like really quickly when the calendar comes out. And then on Monday, the 6th of November, we depart for Asheville, North Carolina, to the Biltmore Estate.
Oh, that's great.
So that's a 4-day trip. We leave on the 6th, and we return on the 9th.
That's a beautiful part of the country.
Yes.
And the Biltmore is just a wonderful.
Right. We have a pretty large group. It's about 35 residents, so that will be a really, really interesting trip.
Will you go along on that trip?
Yes, yes. All those bus trips, those bus tours, you have to have a group leader on the bus because you have to work with the driver. So the driver becomes my partner on these trips.
And that's not a Green Spring bus then?
No, no. This is an outside motor coach, so this is the big 55 passenger with the restroom. So comfortable ride. It's a bit far for a Green Spring bus. Absolutely.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, exactly.
Just wanted to clear it up.
Yeah, definitely. Then on Tuesday, the 7th, that's the makeup date for the show that was canceled today, The Price. Okay. So there's still room, though. If you're interested, you can still sign up and go on this. But for the people who are listed today, I've already moved their names over. Well, I've spoken to them, and if they were available, I've moved their names over to this date. Good. So, but we still have room. So if you want to sign up, go ahead and sign up for that. Not a lot, but we do have a little room left on that. And then on Friday, the 10th, is Nova Annandale Symphony Orchestra at the Annandale campus. So, I have plenty of room for that because calendar hasn't gone out, so I have plenty of room for most things, really. On the 11th, we're going to Schlesinger Hall to see the Virginia Grand Military Band Veterans Day concert. which is always a special concert.
And the Virginia Grand Military Band is so good.
Right, right. On Sunday, the 12th, we're going to go over to the Strathmore for their museum shop holiday market. So it's a lot of the museums that they send all their goods and their, you know, little treats and trinkets over. And this is an opportunity to do some holiday shopping because you can go around to all the vendors.
It's getting that time.
It's getting that. It sure is.
Not Thanksgiving yet.
That's right. Well, you'll see Christmas trees popping up soon, that's for sure.
That's right.
Okay, then Monday the 13th is the Smithsonian Adventures, and we do that every month, so you know I don't really need to say a lot about that. But what I do want to say is that now we will drop you at the African American Museum of Culture, and so we'll drop you there, but you will have to get your own timed entry ticket. So you'll have to get that ahead of time, and you'll have to bring that with you because we.
How do they do that? How do they get?
They can get those online.
Can they?
They can get those online. The timed entry now they sell out quickly. Now group, I asked for the group tickets. I want to take another group, but you know they're not even entertaining group requests until the spring of next year. So it's just been a very, very popular museum. On Tuesday, the 14th, is Pentagon City. That's the free trip. Always popular. It goes. I don't really need to say a whole lot about that. So Thursday, on the 16th, we're going to the Kennedy Center to see the Book of Mormon. Oh. We're sold out already. I just do want to warn you that it's very explicit language and scenes, very explicit, very raunchy, but very hilarious. I mean, it's a great show. I loved it, you know. Either you love it or you don't. So,
but it's raunchy,
it's very raunchy. Yes,
odd,
it's very raunchy.
Book of Mormon, and
yeah,
I'm surprised.
It is. I mean, it's you know, it's the creators of South Park, and if you've ever seen South Park, it's a raunchy show. Okay. So, but it's funny. You know, you just kind of have to have. It's lighthearted, so you have to have an open mind and not take it too seriously, but just be aware. On Friday, the 17th, we're going to go down to Delaplane, Virginia. It's the Barrel Oak Winery. Now, they call it a Barrel Oak Winery, but they also have a brewery in there.
They have a what?
A brewery.
Oh, okay.
So the last time we went there, I had a resident who went around the corner to the brewery, bought a beer, and just absolutely loved it. So he said he'd rather go back there for the beer and not the wine. So I'm going to take him back, and you know, you can do the beer, you can do the wine, whichever you like, or you can do them both. It's up to you. So we'll do that, and we'll have a little picnic lunch down there while we're there. And I'll make that, you know, I'll get up early and bake bread and.
Oh, that's nice.
No, I really don't do that. I'll just run down the street and pick some up. On Saturday the 18th, we're going to go back to Schlesinger Hall to see Johnny Vett, Freedom Isn't Free.
Oh, great.
So resident called me, had all the information, was interested in putting that on as a trip. Good. And here it is. It's, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's a wonderful show. The West Point Alumni Glee Club will be participating in that.
Yes.
And they do a great job.
Yes, so I would say, you know, don't hesitate in signing up for these trips because they will sell out fast. They'll fill up. So if you really want to go, don't wait till the last minute to sign up because you may miss your opportunity. On Tuesday, the 28th, we're going to go to the Phillips Collection in D.C. to see Renoir and Friends. It's going to be a Renoir, the artist, a docent. It'll be a docent-led tour. So if you're interested in that, I had requests for that from residents, so that'll be available. But I wouldn't wait on that one either because it'll probably fill up. Then on the 29th of November, we're going back to Arena Stage for the Pajama Game. Well, folks, I'm already sold out on that one, too.
Boy.
It's full. You know, I advertise future trips in the back of the calendar, and for the people who actually go back there and read it, they have their opportunity and they sign up. So when you get your November calendar and the trip's already full, that's why it's full. So you always need to check out that last page to see the upcoming trips.
Well, actually getting the calendar this late, it would be difficult to sign up, especially for the early.
It will be. What I'll do is wait until, hopefully it'll come out tonight, I'm not sure, but I'll give it as much time as possible, especially for the last 2 Thursday and Fridays trips of next week. I'll wait until like Tuesday to really, you know, make a decision whether it'll go or not if I have enough people. So you kind of have like the weekend to get your forms in, and then I can check them early next week. And then the last trip of the month is on the 30th of November. And we're going to go over to MGM Casino. We do that every month too, but We weren't able to do it earlier because the Book of Mormon, and the following Thursday is Thanksgiving Day, so the office will be closed, so we will not be going to MGM that day. So we're going to do it the last day of the month, which is usually, I mean, that's pretty late, but, you know, yeah, at least you get there. And then, you know, we'll get geared up for
Well, it sounds like a full month.
It is a full month, and as always, check the back of the calendar for upcoming trips. Yeah. But we still have the Caribbean cruise in January, so we still have room on that.
Is that the only trip outside the country that you're?
Well, no, I have others, but they're listed on the bulletin boards. The other ones are Colette vacations, so those are pretty big vacations. I have a nice group for the cruise, but as long as there's availability on the ship, I can continue to sign people up for that.
Good.
So that's the end of January, January 20th through February 1st. That's if there are any islands left to cruise to. At this point, I don't even know, Greg. You know, they're just focusing on the cruises that are like closest, like November cruises and December cruises, and by the end of January, things may be, you know,
I think things will,
up and running.
But there will be difficulties in some of them, I'm sure, with the storms that they had.
Well, what they'll do is they'll change the itinerary and redirect us to, you know, the islands that are in that can receive, you know, the tourists, like maybe Jamaica instead of, you know, some of the other places that may not be ready to receive that group of people. So it's an interesting month. Holidays are coming up. So
certainly sounds like it. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
I appreciate very much you coming on this morning and telling us about these trips.
Thank you for having me.
So we'll have a short roll in.